Hey, hey, hey. Can anybody see me out there? Wow, my own live stream looks like it's buffering. Am I buffering or am I coming in okay? Can anybody hear me? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? Oh, yes. Yep. Okay. You can see and hear me okay because my live stream on my end appears to be frozen. So hopefully that'll straighten out here pretty quickly, but we'll see. Okay, you guys can all see me good. Good deals then. Good deals. Here and see me fine. You're there. All right, awesome. Well, hello there, friends. How is everybody out there in YouTube land? Hello, Steven. Hello, Maui-Lei, Weigolds. Marie, how you doing? Hey, Carl and Jenny. Nice to see you guys here. Hello, TJ. Hey, Srenti. How is everybody this evening? I know it's been a lot of live streams today for old Grandpa. I've been trying to keep up with them, and too many of them were scheduled right on top of the others, so that was kind of problematic, but be that as it may, still good times were had by all. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Patrick in Naples. Trying to stay cool, so hot and humid. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, it was so hot up here in Alaska, I was sitting here working at the computer in my drawers. It was too hot for clothes yesterday. I think it was 96 in the cabin. It got really hot. Now, of course, today, it's 56 outside. So, go figure, huh? Northern California is friggin' hot. Yeah. We had one hot day. We just had one hot day. And we actually had a weather statement warning us about hot temperatures coming in, and it lasted one day and it disappeared. So, go figure. Hello, Johnny Hag. Nice to see you, buddy. Hey, for the rest of you guys watching that aren't commenting, step up and say hello. Don't be bashful. I don't bite much, and I certainly don't take the good part. So, I'm just glad that you're all here watching. It's awesome. Maui-Lei says 112 here. Wow, that's hot. That is warm. We're floating hundreds with the high humidity in Texas. Oh, man. Oh, Maui-Lei at 112. I'd say that's pretty warm, TJ. Looks like you guys are all sweltering away. Everyone's probably sitting in their air conditioning trying to enjoy the weather. Or the cool of the air conditioning anyway, but it is what it is, guys, Our weather patterns nowadays seem like they're getting pretty crazier. It's hotter in the summers and colder in the winters. Just the way we seem to be moving, that direction we seem to be moving right now. I don't know if you want to call it climate change or global warming or just normal cyclical changes in the environment, but it is what it is. So, no big deal. Not much we can do about it. Okay. 95 degrees and heavy rain in Haiti today. Oh, hey, Donald. How are you? Haiti, that's pretty cool. Not too far from where my new-to-me boat is, actually. Kim says it's 96 there in Kansas. Man, you guys are all just barbecuing. Just barbecuing. I was talking to a fella earlier today. He was, Brett Fields is who it was. I was really bad. I was moderating on the Sailing Doodles live stream today. And I went to go block this guy who was being vulgar on there. And the chat moved just as I was doing it. And I ended up blocking old Brett, who's, of course, good friends to everybody. Poor guy. I blocked him, but I think we figured out how to get him unblocked, so I think everything's going to be fine. I apologize to him, but poor guy got blocked on the Sailing Doodles. Anyhow, he was talking to me earlier today, and I guess it's pretty hot where he is too, so. Hey, Kelly, how's it going, buddy? How is it going? I'm glad we had a good conversation this week, Kelly. I think that was good. It was nice to get to know you a little bit more. Hello, Christine. How are you? Man, all my buds moving in. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, hashtag free Brett. You know, I got to tell you guys a little story. Let's just get into that here real quick. There's a channel. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of other YouTube things that aren't selling related, but there's a guy. Oh crap! Now I'm gonna block his name. Philip DeFranco. There's a guy called Philip DeFranco that has sort of a newsy kind of vlog that he does, a daily show that he does, and has been doing now for 8 years. Well, Phil's gotten pretty big. I mean, like 5.5, 6 million subscribers big. And one of the things he does is once a week he introduces a t-shirt. And in those t-shirts, he sells about 20,000 of them a week because he's got this big audience. So he'll come up with something funny, like just recently he has a t-shirt just says sports on it. And that's for those people that don't have a clue what sport they're watching or what team to root for. So yay, sports. We're just going to support sports. And so he was selling those t-shirts. Well, he sold 20,000 of them a week, and I contacted the company he's making them from, and he makes about $10. He sells them for 20. They cost him 10, and that 10 that it cost him includes shipping. So he's making a clean net $10 per t-shirt. When you're selling 20,000 t-shirts a week, pretty good. So yes, hashtag free Brett. I think Selling Doodles needs to start putting out some t-shirts and offering for sale. Obviously, they're not going to sell 20,000 of them, but it doesn't cost anything to get that set up with that printer, and he'll just ship them out on a per order basis, one-off. So yes, dang trolls cause all kinds of trouble. Hello, Native American Wanderer. Steve, how you doing? Georgia boy, hello. Let's see, congratulations finding your boat. Looking forward to selling. Oh, man, I am too looking forward to getting on the boat. Hello, Grandpa. Thanks for tuning into our live. Hey, no problem. Carl and Jenny, by the way, guys, click on Carl and Jenny Adventures. They're a young couple. Well, not a young couple. They're new to YouTube couple doing a sailing genre show. They're in the process right now of buying a boat in Crete, one of the Greek Isles. They're a British couple. Really nice folks. Check them out. They have a new channel that's just starting, and I think they're going to do great. I really do. I think they're going to do great. Really nice people. So, Reich Edwards, ever watch Casey? Yes, I subscribe to Casey's channel. I watch quite a bit of what he does. I like Casey's editing style, and you know, I was watching him and studying him to see, you know, what it's like to be able to produce a daily vlog. And, you know, the efforts that he goes through to doing that. So I found Casey to be pretty interesting. What do you mean not young? Well, you guys are my age, Carl and Jenny. That's what I mean not young. Did Brett get unbanned? Martin, I think Bob looked up online to how to unblock somebody, and he's going to go through and set it up. If it's a problem, I'll get on there and help him do it. So see if we can't get him going. Can you coast their blink? I'm not able to click on them and get their channel. Okay, usually if you just click those 3 dots to the side of them, you can jump over to their channel. But their channel is just that, Carl and Jenny Sailing Adventures. I'm not, Rhonda, my moderator, is not here today, so she would jump in there and put that up there for me. I couldn't do it right now, but if you just click on those 3 dots to the side of their name, it should bring up a thing that says go to channel, and you can jump over to that channel and then jump back over if you want, or you can just not participate anymore in the live stream and just, you know, go to their channel if that works for you. Can that work for you, Georgia boy? Will that be okay? I'm a little short-handed today on my live stream. I don't have my moderator here with me, so you subbed him. Okay, you got it figured out. Good deal. Good deal. Awesome. So there you go. Carl and Jenny can pick up some new subs. That's awesome. Hey, Judy, how you doing? Well, guys, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about today. And one of the first things I wanted to talk about was, well, let me preface that. I say that a lot, I know. Let me preface that by saying, if you don't have something nice, don't say anything at all. That's the way I've always been raised in my life. But in this particular case, this is a public service announcement, okay? That's what this is all about. This is a public service announcement. I was checking out products to have on board the boat and was looking at different ways of having foods items specifically for the galley. And, you know, I'm a farmer. I've been raising my own hogs for a long time, and I know what good pig tastes like. This is not good pig. Save yourself. Don't ever buy this crap, ever. It came 3 cans in a group. That's the way it was at the store. 3 cans Velcroed together, plastic wrapped together. And I opened one of them this morning, and I was going to have a little bit of fried ham with my eggs this morning. Stuff's horrible. Absolutely horrible. It tastes horrible. It smells horrible. Even my dog wasn't sure she wanted to eat it. It was absolute junk. Now, it says here in the ingredients, which, I'm trying to be healthy, so I look at the ingredients to see, what it shows, and it says it's supposed to be just pork. That's what it's telling me. It's just pork. But, I guess if you include ears, snouts, and anuses from the pig, yeah, that's all pork. So, because that's about what it tastes like. It tastes like ears, snouts, and anuses out of a pig. This shit's horrible. It's absolutely disgusting. Don't anybody ever buy that stuff. I'm throwing out 2 cans, unopened cans. I'm not even going to feed it to the dog. I'm throwing it in the garbage. That shit's absolutely horrible. That is not pork. So, disgusting. Kelly says, selling Doodles, I got to go back up and catch all my chats. They're missing the boat by not having some bling. Yeah, they need to have some stuff to have for their fan base and stuff. Absolutely. Good way to supplement the income. You ever watch Chuck and Laura's channel? Yes, Cruising Lealea, Weigold. I've been watching them since the beginning. Since their first trip from Hawaii over to Alaska. Then they went back to Hawaii and then back to Alaska. And now they're in Southeast Alaska remodeling their boat. Yes, I'm a big fan of Chuck and Laura. In fact, I talked Chuck into setting up a Patreon account, something he hadn't done until just recently. And now they're liking the fact that they're getting a lot of Patreons. So that's pretty cool. Good folks. If you ever decide to need a deck hand, hit me up. Might be funny to have 2 older, larger grandpas sailing. Hey, R&B, that sounds like a plan. We might do that. All canned goods are bad. Not all canned goods. Actually, Clint Davis, I found a canned chicken, and all it is chicken and water in a can. That was it, and it actually tastes pretty good. I was pretty pleased with it. That wasn't too bad. But this DAC canned hams, no, hell no. Hell no. Never touch that stuff again. Hey, Grandpa, just got here. Glad you stream. Glad you streamed today. Been looking forward to it. How's it been? Keith, it's been awesome, dude. I am glad you are here. Add me, and we have 3 big grandpas. Okay, Steven, well, we get too many big grandpas. We're going to sink the damn boat, but we'll keep that in consideration. Hello, Grant from West Australia. Welcome. So they are the ones who got me interested in sailing. Yeah, Chuck and Laura are awesome. Good folks. Anyone seen the guy selling with the chicken? Yes, Clint, I have seen the guy selling with the chicken, and it's a great idea. Hey, fresh eggs. You don't need a rooster to have eggs. You just need to have a chicken. But I think it would have been wiser to have a duck with them. At least a duck can swim, and there are breeds of ducks that lay just as many eggs as chickens do. So it might have been a better idea to have had a duck with them. One of the runner ducks, any of the Rowans, even the giant whites or stuff, all of them they can lay just as well as chickens do. So some varieties don't lay very well at all, but some varieties lay very well. Oh, you should have went with the corned beef hash and eggs. Yeah, maybe. Now, I do get some of the canned corned beef and the canned roast beef. I did try some of that stuff and checked it out, and that's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. My mom used to make that when I was a kid, and so I guess I have a taste for it, so that stuff's okay. But this DAC canned ham stuff, hell no. This stuff's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. It even looked disgusting in the skillet. You know, when you're frying something that doesn't look good, maybe that set me off to begin with. But when I first opened the can, and you know, the can was fine. It wasn't like it was moldy or gone bad. They're brand new. They're well within their expiration date. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. This is just the way their product is. And the way their product is horrible. Horrible. Horrible stuff. I'll never buy that stuff again. I just had to warn you guys off of that because that's pretty good. Now, some of the canned stuff, like the chunky, you know, man stew things or whatever, some of those are actually pretty good. They're not good for you. They got too many salts and a lot of GMO crap and that kind of stuff in there, which I don't like. But on the boat, I'm going to have to accept some of that stuff, I guess. I don't as long as I've been farming, but man, that canned ham, no way, that's not going on the boat with me. What could be funnier than 3 old fat pirates? Wicked Salty Avenue. But yeah, I see that. I see that. And they're back to making videos again. Yeah, good on them. Good on them. Looks like they got a decent little boat too. So I'm glad to see them. You know, guys, I was also glad to see that, oh, the girl, what's her name, is now bought a cow. She bought a small cow and she's now fixing it up. Oh, you guys know who I'm talking with. I'm sure you'll bring it up. You know, it's the girl that everyone didn't like for a while there because there was all the drama and stuff around her. Hey, she's buying a boat. She's fixing it up. And so I wish her all the best, you know. Get it spammed by the case for $1 can. Yeah, no thanks. What's the update on the boat purchase? Okay, well, I'll get to that in just a minute here, Carl. Let me finish catching up on some of the recipes here. Worse than government canned roast beef. Yep, you're going to do any canning on the boat. Maui-Lei, I'm not going to do any canning on the boat. I'm going to be in the tropics. It's going to be hot enough on the boat already without me doing any additional canning. So probably not. But never say never. So will you tear off all the labels on your canned foods? I heard the labels can be home. Yes, yes. You definitely want to remove all your cardboard labels and stuff like that on board your show. On board your ship. Well, looks like no sponsorship free from DAC. No, absolutely not. Are you thinking about putting a grill on? Yes, absolutely. One of the very first things I'm going to do is put a gas grill, a propane grill on the back. I plan on doing more grilling on the back of the boat than any other form of cooking, actually. There's nothing healthier and low-cal than grilling. So, yes. I like the canned chicken. It can be added to a lot of different dishes. Yes, it can. Very good. Yes, best ever had. Yes, it could be added to a lot of stuff. I have a Bristol 40 in a small cabin like yours in Maine. I live in Bama. We have a lot in common. Well, cool, Clint. That's neat. I bet your cabin in Maine is better than mine. I got a little 16 by 16 dry cabin. I don't have running water in here. I bet your cabin in Maine probably has running water. Although, I don't know. I've seen some pretty crappy cabins in Maine. Used to do some bear hunting up in that country back in the day. Rough Seas probably has, yeah, probably does have some spam stashed on there. Yes, I'm talking about Miss Lonestar, or what I always called Miss Pornstar. But, yeah, you know, she's buying a boat and fixing it up, and good on her. I'm glad to see that. Yes, Aubrey from Miss Lonestar. I think it's awesome that she's doing that, and I'm glad to see her. She's got her daughter back with her. Don't understand why the son's not with her, but at least she's taking responsibility for her daughter, and she's making progress, so that's a pretty good thing. You might think about growing microgreens. Yeah, sprouting and microgreens are definitely something I'm going to be growing on board, as well as keeping an herb garden, a little small containerized herb garden. You know, you can take the man out of the farm, but you can't take the farm out of the man. So I'll be growing something on board that you can rest assured of. Let's see. I know dried beef with cream shit. Yeah, not too much. Not a big fan on dried beef. If that you want, type of fuel would you use if you're out to sea for 35 days at a time? Weigold, I will plumb the propane grill into a propane tank. So whether I'm grilling or using the cook stove, I'm still going to be drawing from the same propane tank, and I'll keep a spare tank on there with me. So yeah, I would be able to go 35 days without a problem. Keep in mind, when you're offshore, you're not doing a lot of cooking anyway. It's a lot of, you know, cold sandwiches and that kind of stuff eating. So you're not heating up a lot of foods. Not while you're underway, because it's just the sea conditions are usually too rough for you to be cooking while, you know, everything's moving around on the boat all the time. So you don't have much opportunity. Going to bring a lot of spices. I am going to bring a good number of spices. I don't know if you'd call it a lot, but I'll be bringing along a good amount of spices. Yeah, I mean, you know, I salt, pepper, and garlic almost everything, but other than that, you know, there are certain things you just got to have the right spice for. So if you that, then what type of fuel would you use? Oh, yeah, okay, I did that one. Spring prices, yes, congrats on 2K. Yes, thanks, last night's guy. Yeah, I'm almost at 2,100, I think. My subscribe count is growing nicely, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. There are some nice cheap smoke generators for gas grills. Smoking Dabberdo 420. Good idea. I'll have to look into that. Sushi. Yeah, sushi would be good. How much beer will you take on the journey? You know, Captain, you can buy beer everywhere, but it's a matter of economics. Now, initially, I'm going to buy the boat in Puerto Rico, bring it up to Florida, set it up, and then take the boat down to the Bahamas for the better part of that winter. And beer is very expensive in the Bahamas. So I'll probably put on, you know, 10 or 20 cases before I head to the Bahamas. So I've got a reasonable stock for a nightcap to last me 6 months or so. Have you decided where you'll be sailing to first? Yes, I'll be sailing from Puerto Rico to Florida, and then from Florida into the Bahamas, all around the Bahamas. I'd like to do a lot of diving and fly fishing in the Bahamas this winter. So glad to hear you growing my own. Oh, no problem. Yeah, of course I would. Pressure cookers. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of having a pressure cooker on board. Again, it's a slow, it speeds up the cooking time, but it still takes a lot of energy, a lot of heat, a lot of propane to heat up a pressure cooker. I'm going to try to really keep things simple, real simple. So I don't know if I'm going to get that crazy with outfitting my galley. It's not a really big boat. It's only 37 foot, so I don't have a lot of room to store a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll have to be careful. Oh, good. Now you can smoke a mullet. Okay. I'm not a big fan of smoked mullet, but okay. Don't forget to bring the Tony Cacciario's Creole seasoning for the shrimp. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Dave. Yes, Dave. Beer ballast. That's right. I'm going to put it all down in the bilge and help give me ballast on the boat. Will you drift towards the panhandle even if it's not on purpose? Probably not, Judy. Probably not. I'm not even going to make it over to that coast. Would Everclear save space? Yeah, probably, but it would probably burn holes in my brain. So I'll probably stay out of that. But let me go back to Carl's question, because he was asking about the rough seas and what's going on with that. My property here is set and scheduled to close August 15th. Now, I'm anticipating it's probably going to take them another week or two before they're going to be able to get that done. But that's what we're scheduled for. The contract says August 15th. But I've been a realtor for 30 years, and I know banks can't do anything in that amount of time, so I'm sure we're going to run over. The deal I made with Bob was I was going to close with him on the 1st of September on the boat, and that's what I'm aiming to do. Is that I should have the funds by then, giving the bank another 2 weeks grace period to get their job done. I should have the funds by the 1st, and I'll be able to send the money down to Bob to complete buying the boat. At that same time, I'll be leaving Alaska, heading down to Montana. I've got to spend a couple days there sorting some stuff, over to Ohio to visit the grandkids and see my boys, and then down to Florida, at which point I'll catch a flight over to Puerto Rico to take possession of the boat. And that should be, you know, September 15th-ish, somewhere in there. Now, I've been a little hesitant to bring something up, but I'm going to just throw this out there. I've asked some people to join me on board the boat, one of which is got some pretty good YouTube notoriety, and she may join me. Yes, I said she may join me on the boat to help me move it from Puerto Rico to Florida. And so I am in a position where I'm not really able to confirm with anybody who I may or may not have room for on the boat with me. I'm waiting for this person to be able to confirm, and she can't confirm until I can confirm dates anyway. So it's going to be kind of towards the last minute. But if that works out, that's going to be just awesome. And then we'll be bringing the boat over to Florida. Like I said, I'll sell my truck and trailer and load the rest of my gear on the boat, and then it's heading down to the Bahamas. after I put on a water maker and get my dive compressor loaded and hot water heater and a few other things I want to get done to the rough seas. But yeah, that's the direction we're kind of going right now. So you seem pretty handy. Can you possibly build your own solar cooker? Sure, I could build a solar cooker. I wouldn't be afraid of that. But you know, the problem with solar cookers in the tropics is that they use reflective heat. So you need to have a shiny reflective surface. And in a highly corrosive salt environment, it's very difficult to keep a polished, shiny surface to reflect that sunlight. There are some people out on boats that have some of these solar cookers, and they're finding that they're corroding so quickly that, you know, you're going to have to buy a new one every couple of weeks or whatever. Dave, no, it's not Miss Lonestar. I'll tell you that right now. It's not Miss Lonestar that I invited to join me. Absolutely not, no. Mine closes on the 5th. Oh, Maui-Lealea, cool. You close on the 5th of September or 5th of August? You just said the 5th, so I assume the 5th of August. Good on you, man. I'm glad. I'm glad. And Carl and Jenny, I guess they're closing in, I don't know, pretty soon on their boat that's in Greece, so that should be pretty cool for them too. Just take something that will pick up white dog hair. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have my dog with me, and she's got yellow hair. So there's going to be lots of hair. Going to be lots of hair on the boat. So Marie says I need to check out Miss Lonestar. Yeah, Marie, if you do that, you should really go back and look at the old videos so you understand the entire story behind it. That's what's going on. So is the girl that I invited to come along with me hot? Yes. I'll tell you that much, yes. Can you imagine a solar over might put a burn hole in the mainsail? No, probably wouldn't. It wouldn't reflect back out of itself. I would recommend a sun oven, well worth the money, and you can keep it in the boat when not in use. Yeah, David, I've seen those. And again, I might, but here again, they're really subject to corrosion. And so it's expensive to replace them. But, you know, a little propane on the gas grill on the back of the boat, just fine with me. Again, I want to really keep it simple. So I'm not looking for a solar cooker. I've really not looked at them. It wasn't my intention to get one. My intention is to just have a propane cooker on the back and, you know, a little grill back there and I can cook my food with. Again, I'm really trying to keep it simple and cheap. And no, it's not vodka. It's water. My glass water jug. Whoever just let us know when she confirms. So, oh, Johnny Hag, I believe me, once I know, I will be able to let everybody know who it is, and then you guys will know. It's Megan. I wish, yeah. You invited a woman onto your boat. I left for a minute. Yeah, and I'm not going to tell anybody who it is until it's confirmed, okay? I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. Just a moonshine. Yeah, there you go, Aaron. No, it's just plain water. Plain water. Although it is in sort of a appley moonshine jug, you know. Growing up in a boy in Ohio, we had a neighbor who had an apple orchard, and we would go over there and make raisin jack. Take raisins and add them to the cider, and we make some pretty good stuff. It never got distilled clear like that, but it would be in a. We oftentimes would drink it out of jugs just like that one. So you see, it's got a little apple leaf motif on the top. This was an apple juice jug. What are your favorite lures? Wow. For what? I mean, for what application? If you're talking about just trolling, I like to use wire-rigged squid skirts, squid-looking skirted baits, you know. Depending on how sunny and bright it is or how cloudy and overcast, the color would change. I don't have a particular brand that I like. But I like a lot of different things. I even make some myself. But now if I'm jigging, I would use something else. If I'm casting, I would use something else. If I'm fly fishing, I would use something else. Lealea, all I can promise you is later on, as I start producing content and I'm out fishing, you will see all the different lures that I will be using. I'll be sure to show them to you, but they're very specific on a per application basis. So we'll have to see. Grandpa and Speedos? Oh God, no. No, not going to be in a Speedo. Megan said yes. That would be nice if she did. That would be a sight for real sore eyes. Yeah, no, me in a Speedo would not be an attractive, not an attractive look, sorry. Judy says, I have my money on it's Beth Ann, a lady seller from our past we sold with, but I'm probably wrong. No, it's not Beth Ann. Guys, I'm not saying who it is, so just so you know, I'm not saying who it is. Who was a boat traveling between Hawaii and Alaska? Sailing Lealea. I'm sorry, cruising. It's cruising Lealea. C-R-U-I-S-I-N-G Lealea. No spaces in between them, just Lealea. The name of the boat's Lealea. But it's Chuck and Laura are really good people. And it's a good channel to watch, Marie. If you want to learn a lot about sailing, go back and watch their channel from the very beginning on through, because you can learn quite a bit from Chuck and Laura by following them. They sail in a very small boat. I think they're on a 28-foot boat, the two of them. They've been living on it for years now and have crossed the Pacific twice with it. So real good resources. Keith Butler says, Grandpa, they sell a little oven. Oh, they sell a little oven that would be perfect for your boat. I have one in my RV. It's called a lunchbox oven. 12 volt and very small, works extremely well and uses very little amps. I will have to look into that, Keith. George Romero died today. We'll have to do a Sailing Zombies tribute. Brains. Yeah, sorry, George. Unfortunate to hear that. Never want to hear about anybody dying. Yes, Keith, I got that. Sail, not sell. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Thanks, Cool Beans. Okay, cool. So anyhow, what was the other thing I want to talk to everybody about? Preparations here are moving along slowly, but they're moving along. I've got this 2-yard dumpster here, and the guy comes and empty it, and I fill it in like 20 minutes, and then I got to wait a whole week for him to come empty it again. So it takes forever and ever. Yes, Lealea is a 27-foot Vega. Yes, that's correct. So getting rid of garbage and stuff is taking longer. In fact, I'm almost tempted to call them up and see if I can get them to deliver a second dumpster to me for the next month, just so I can speed up getting rid of stuff here. And I'm starting to get stuff organized here in the cabin. You probably can't see it behind me, but the stuff over in there, my clothes and stuff, getting that kind of stuff organized. This next 30 days, because, hey, today is July 16th, and I'm supposed to be closing August 15th. So 31 days in July. I'm 4 weeks away, guys. 30 days and counting. So I'm really getting down to the numbers here, and so it's getting exciting. I mean, it's really getting exciting. It's getting real, So I'm just hoping nothing screws it up between now and then. Amazon has them for about $35. Well, cool, Keith. I will check into that. Absolutely. So anyhow, that's what's kind of going on here. I got to get my truck in from some work. My interlock brakes are acting up. Got to get the dog in. She's going to get spayed. And they want me to wait. I'm going to do it all at one time. They're going to spay the dog and give me her health papers and update her shots and all that all at the same time. But I got to wait till I'm about a week or two away before I'm leaving and have all that done just about a week or so before I leave, because to get through Canada, the health papers have to be within 30 days, within the last 30 days. So we have to wait a little bit on that. So good luck with the closing. Thanks, Georgia boy. I appreciate it. I'm psyched. Just on Miss Lonestar, she has a lot of critics, but to get complete picture of Aubrey, Google her ex, Rob Hammock, who was on the channel originally until he allegedly punched her in the face. Yes, I'm not sure if their old videos are up when the two of them were still together, if you can still watch those videos or not. I don't know. On the original Sailing Miss Lonestar videos, I don't know. But definitely going to get one, exactly what I need for my boat. Cool. Won't they do a courtesy pickup early? No. No. I've offered to have them pay, I've offered to pay to have them come in twice a week and pick up. But apparently I'm nowhere near the route that the guy runs. And even though their office is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 miles from my place, so it'd be a 20-mile round trip, I can't even encourage them to come over and make a second trip during the week. So I even was going to just bring some garbage cans out there and then have them dump the dumpster and then dump the garbage cans in. And they said I could do that. So I'm going to do that this week. I've got 4 or 5 garbage cans I'll add to it, and that will speed up some of it. But making slow progress with that. We'll see how that goes. So what other news is going on? Other than that, I don't think there's really anything interesting really happening. My son lost his job, and now he's trying to find a new job, but that's just life. So been dealing with all his drama the last few days. But other than that, there's really not much new or exciting. Oh, we did have a bear in the yard. I grabbed my shotgun and changed the bird shells over to the deer slugs and hung it right next to my bed now. So, yeah, we've seen some bear tracks close to the cabin. Too close for comfort. So, hopefully I'll get out of here before that bear gets too friendly. But my stove in my cabin is right by the window that I leave open for air. And so no doubt the cooking smells waft out there and have attracted the bear to come in closer. But we'll see. Enjoying the stream. Oh, thanks, Aaron B. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. That would really be a big help. We appreciate that. It's too much of Miss Pornstar and not a lot about sailing. Yes, Tim, that's absolutely correct. It's all drama and not sailing. You are absolutely correct. To tell you the truth, I enjoyed the videos when she was sailing with Rick Moore. Yeah, actually, but when she was sailing with Rick, there was a lot of sailing involved. Talking about Rick, I'm really pleased with the videos Rick's been putting out lately. Doing a lot of work on his boat, getting his dinghy whipped back into shape, doing a lot of sailing, jumping from spot to spot. It's been kind of interesting. He had the crew from Drenched. If you guys ever watched the YouTube channel Drenched, D-R-E-N-C-H-E-D, they were recently on with Rick Moore, and real nice couple. Real nice couple. They do more scuba diving than sailing, but good folks, so you might check them out. Sailing channel should be about sailing and close related subjects. I happen to agree, Captain 10. Yep. Or, so, yeah, related subjects. It shouldn't be about personal drama and conflicts and, nobody wants to hear that garbage. It should be about, boats and sailing and scuba diving and fishing and travel by sailboat and the ports you go into, that kind of stuff. It's one of the reasons why I've been following Sailing Creo, C-R-E-O, recently. They're a couple that are sailing around the Greek Isles, and I must admit their videos are nice. I'm interested in learning more about the ports of calls and the cost and the wherewithal of sailing in and around the Greek Isles. Trying to figure out if I can afford to do that this coming summer, and they've been putting out some pretty good content, and yeah, it'll be nice to sail around the Greek Isles next summer. So. Grandpa, I know you're not going to miss the snow this year. I am not going... Keith, I've had enough snow to last a lifetime. Absolutely have enough snow to last a lifetime. I get more snow up here in Alaska every year than the entirety of the time when I was a kid growing up. I mean, it's not abnormal for me to have snow chest high on the ground all winter long up here. So, yeah, I've been there, done that, seen that. I'm done with snow. I want to get the hell out of here before it starts snowing. I never want to see snow again. Never want to pick up a snow shovel ever again in my life. I'm done with it. You're right about that, which is why my priority is other sailing vid channels. Yeah. I've been watching Sailing Creo. I like their channel. Yeah. Sailing Creo has been a pretty good channel. Yep, they're awesome. Good. I'm glad you guys like them. Don't let Miss Lily get attacked by the bear. Actually, the Miss Lily goes around and pees around the yard, and that's been keeping the bear at bay. The bear doesn't come in close because she smells the dog. So, like I said, we've only seen one track, so I'm not too worried. I wasn't really super close to the cabin, but I mean, it was out the end of my driveway, but that's close enough. Please add your favorite sailing YouTube links in the description. Okay, Dave, I can do that. After the live stream, I will go into the description and add some links for some people I like. Absolutely. Where is Rough Seas located now? She is in San Juan, Puerto Rico. She's in a marina there near Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. I had to kind of laugh. Old Bob at Sailing Doodles was talking about his bill. I guess he got a big bill from the marina. They made him pay for 3 months. And, of course, I'm kind of delaying Bob selling the boat because he's holding it for me so I can close in September. So I kind of feel a little bad. But, you know, frankly, he would have had to pay for June and July probably anyway while he was marketing the boat. So I'm really only holding him over maybe another month. So I went ahead and got on the chat, the super chat, and bumped the super chat for $100. He said the marina was charging him $95 a month, which isn't bad. You know, $95 a month to keep your boat at a marina, that's a hell of a good price. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. So I gave Bob $100 to defray the delay cost that I'm incurring, making him incur by asking him to wait. So I just felt responsible for doing that. So I would be happy to know. Kim would not happy. Yeah, I'm done with snow. And for those of you that don't know, Kim and Kelly Binkley are Megan's mom and dad. Megan from Sailing Doodles, that's Megan's mom and dad. Really nice folks. And Marie, you'll see Marie on here. That's Megan's Aunt Marie, Kim's sister. I believe it's Kim's sister. Yes, Kim's sister. It's not Kelly's sister. No, it's Kim's sister, I think. Well, you guys can get on here and clarify if I'm wrong. So, what new equipment are you going to install on the boat? Sorry if you went over this earlier. I'm going to put a water maker on it. I'm going to put a hot water heater on it. I'm going to replace the bilge pump on it. I'm going to replace the shower sump on it. I mean, that way I'll be able to take a hot shower on board the boat. Mounting a gas grill on the back. And then, I'm going to do some repairs to the foresail. I may look at replacing the sails. I got to look at their condition. I got to check out the rigging. There's some other stuff I need to look at, but that's my list for now. So, nice to see you and hope your channel grows. Good luck. Hey, Slick Milano, thank you. I appreciate that. $100 a month, no way. Yeah, Mike, that's what Bob said. Bob said they were charging him actually $95 a month to keep the boat there in the marina. Now, I don't know if it's on a mooring ball or if it's in a slip. That I don't know. But it's at the marina, and that was the rate that he told me, or that's what he said at the live stream today. So I assume that's what it was. So, with him holding out for you to buy the boat, does he want you to pay some of the fees from when the boat is being stored? Keith, that would only be fair, don't you think? I mean, he's being patient and waiting for me to buy the boat. And that's incurring costs for him. So I think I'm should be responsible for defraying some of those costs. That's why I kicked him $100. He said he got billed for 3 months. I think he would have had to do 2 of those anyway. So the extra month is the one that, you know, August is the month he's really waiting for me. So I gave him the money for that. I think that's fair. So Lealea gave Doodles 50. There you go. Flip, where I live is $7.25 a foot plus $55 for electric in Mississippi Gulf Coast. Huh. Cool. Channel is targeting making money on Vimeo on demand with some of it. Yeah, I'm not too keen on the Vimeo. There's a few channels that are experimenting with doing Vimeo. I know Miss Pornstar was doing some stuff over there. I know Rick Moore had some stuff put on Vimeo. And then there was another channel, I don't remember their names off the top of my head, a couple that was, you know, into that kind of stuff too, that was putting a lot of stuff on Vimeo. In fact, they've almost stopped putting anything on YouTube anymore. They've gone over to, theoretically, to just doing Vimeo. I guess their channel wasn't growing exponentially as fast as everybody else, and so they decided to pack up their toys and go home, but that's, you know, that's fine. Just came across my shortwave radio weather service just issued a winter storm warning for the Matsu Borough. Oh, hell no. You know, the problem is, Weigold, that could happen. It would not surprise me at all for us to have a winter storm warning up here in July or August. It really can happen. It's one of the reasons why, you know, I'm trying to get out of here. Smoking free Brett. Yeah, hashtag free Brett. Love it. I was paying $250 a month. Huh. That's actually still a good price for a marina, $250 a month. That's really cool of you to offer to stand-up guy. Well, thanks, Keith. I just think I just try to be fair. You know, just try to be fair. I'm not trying to rip off anybody. I don't want anybody ripping me off. I'm just trying to be fair. So, Carl and Jenny said yes. Lazy Geckos, yes. Lazy Geckos has stopped uploading. Well, they haven't stopped uploading stuff to YouTube. They upload stuff to YouTube only as a teaser to have you jump over to their Vimeo stuff. And I must admit, I tried to investigate and see what was going on over there. So I paid $5 to watch one of their videos. And it was the exact same video that I had just watched of theirs on YouTube. There was no difference whatsoever. So I don't know why in the hell I paid $5 to watch it, because there wasn't any, you know, anything extra footage that they were claiming about. So I never did that again. But, you know, I've been researching this whole sailing genre, YouTube, social media stuff for a while now. And I had to at least give it a shot and see what it was like. I mean, who knows? If it was highly successful, I might have wanted to do that. So, at Maria Ferreira, that's really silly of Miss Lonestar. Very cheap. Yes. I really enjoyed all the San Juan videos. The San Juan videos done by Sailing Doodles, I assume, because I haven't made any yet. I assume that's what you needed, so just wanted to see my reaction. Okay, Waggle. Oh, there you go. Carl and Jenny getting some love. Lazy Gecko, yes. Sorry I missed your stream today, but we'll make sure to catch the next one. Keith, I assume you're talking to Carl and Jenny, because you're on my stream. Alderman Farms. Hey, guys. Haven't seen you guys in a long time. How you doing, Tommy? Are you getting all healed up from that dog attack months ago? Very cool. Yeah, Alderman Farms is a couple in Georgia, I think. If I'm correct me if I'm mistaken. Alderman Farms are in Georgia, and they're into homesteading, farming, and that kind of stuff. They raise some pigs and stuff. Hey, you guys weren't here earlier, Alderman Farms. I checked out buying some of this stuff to have on my boat. Dak canned ham. Well, it says it's 100% pork, but I'm convinced all it is ears, snouts, and buttholes, because that's about what it tastes like. It's absolutely disgusting. Horrible stuff. Don't go near it. Been a coon's age. Yes, sir, it has been. Mississippi. Okay, there you go. Mississippi. Well, very cool. Well, I'm glad you guys stopped in and said hello. I just sell my boat and give all of the social media a big mess, probably because I'm a social media retard. Well, Bob, I am too. I'm learning all of the social media stuff myself. I'm pretty good with YouTube. I'm pretty good with Facebook. But now Instagram and Twitter, I'm still kind of trying to poke around and figure them out. I'm not real comfortable with them. And then there's also Periscope. I'm not doing anything on Periscope, but I've been told that I kind of need to be able to do those, I guess. I guess Instagram's getting really big amongst a lot of the sailing people to help draw people to your channel. So I guess I need to do some of that stuff. Yes, DV watch or don't watch these sailing channels, but when they want us, the viewers, to flip the bills, they need to put some effort into their videos. Yeah, Captain 10-Star, I couldn't agree more. I see a lot of channels that simply aren't given the respect to their patrons that they really should be. Yeah, I have to agree with that. So don't get me wrong. If they're putting out good content, if they're putting out quality, interesting content and entertaining and active and, you know, participating and having live streams and chatting with people and stuff, sure, then they deserve to have some support and be followed. But if they're not doing that, absolutely, then it's time to move on to another channel that's willing to do the work. I hear some of these channels complaining about how much time, effort, and energy it is to produce videos, and you know, balderdash. I can film a video one day and upload it that evening or the next day. You know, there are guys like Casey Neistat that went for years with doing daily vlogs. Every day, put up a new vlog. So you can't tell me it's all that much work. I think that's just an excuse that so many people throw out there. But have you made any contacts with other sailing channels to hook up with, either a meet and greet and do some? Yeah, I chat with a whole bunch of sailing channels, and I expect that I'll be doing a lot of meet and greets with a bunch of them once we get out there and start cruising. Sure, I expect to meet up with a whole bunch of them. I try to help them out as best I can, you know, especially with getting their live streams working and stuff. So, and guys, by the way, just to be honest here, oh crap, Alderman Farms helped me get my first live stream going. So I'm just paying it forward. When I go out and help somebody to do their live stream, it's because Alderman Farms helped me do mine. So they're good folks if you're into homesteading and want to see about raising pigs in Mississippi. They're good folks. Fried, crispy, thin slices of Spam is great. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Maybe Spam is okay, but this DAC stuff is no. Hell no. After you hook up rough seas, what's your plans for sailing? Any targeted destinations? Slick Milano, okay, in the short term, Puerto Rico to Florida, Florida to the Bahamas, spend the winter in the Bahamas, maybe some Northern Caribbean. From there, I'm going to bump over to the Mediterranean and sail the Mediterranean next summer. So this time next year, I'll be in the Med. Then that following winter, I'm going to come back to the Caribbean and do the Southern Caribbean, Jamaica, maybe Cuba, Eastern Mexico, Belize, and then through the canal and then heading west. I mean, my idea is to circumnavigate. So, that's kind of like the short-term plan right now. So keep it simple and just be you. Always keep it simple and be me. My big sailing adventure starts Saturday. Oh, it does, Marie. I guess you're going to go sailing there on the lakes, the giant lakes of there that you have in not Minnesota, Missouri. Dinghy races on the lake. Cool. That'd be fun. Dinghy races are a lot of fun. And they really teach you about point of sail and stuff. So they're good training. So channels have reached a point where they talk a lot but don't say much. Yeah, PC guy, quite a few of them do. And, you know, frankly, it's the same stuff over and over again. I was chatting with a fella earlier this week about that. I can't stand to watch another sailboat sail up and visit the pigs there in the Bahamas. Or you know, you see so many channels doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. You know, a lot of them are boring. You know, I follow probably 80 or 90 sailing YouTube channels, and I've gotten to the point where I'm only really following now 5 or 6 because, you know, I'll go click on it and see what they're doing. Nope, not interested, and move on. I don't have time to sit and listen to them putting out nonsense. So, a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth. A lot of repetitiveness. So, and like the fellow I was talking to this week about that, you know, if I sail up to that island where those pigs are, I want to know the backstory. I want to interview the farmer. How is he feeding them? Where's he getting his pigs from? You know, maybe we'll butcher a pig and I'll smoke some bacon on the beach there. You know, I would be taking a whole different tact about it. I'm not just going to pull up and ooh, look at me feeding pigs. You know, I've done slopped hogs all my life. I don't need to talk about it. I'm not going to the Bahamas to go feed pigs. Let's put it that way, okay? I'm not going to the Bahamas to feed pigs. Okay. Oh, don't get that way, David Deere. Sounds fun. Cheering you on. Just found you today. Look forward to seeing your adventures from Austin, Texas. Austin, very good, Rick. Well, welcome Welcome to the farm. Adventurous women, self-employed. I think I'm going to find some adventurous people to sell with me. That won't be a problem. I know a couple of guys who have made YouTube into a job, and they feel they have to put out content, and it gets boring. Yeah, and especially a lot of people in the selling genre. You know, they feel like they got to crank out videos to keep earnings coming in, and they're losing. They can't figure out what to make content about anymore. You know, it's got to be more than, you know, putting your ass in the sand and drinking a beer, and you know, you got to do something. So I think, PC guy, you will find my content different once I get going. I hope so anyway, but time will tell. Spam sandwich, fried spam with eggs, baked spam with potatoes, sour, sweet and sour spam, spam with red beans. Yeah, I think I'll hunt some hogs while I'm out traveling. A little pot, this is kettle. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I put out some crap, too. I really have from time to time. In my defense, though, I'm not selling yet. I'm trying to keep, you know, I'm trying to keep everybody happy and entertained while I'm stuck in this wait and go mode before I can get cruising. So if I'm putting out a lot of boring content, guys, well, that's kind of why, because I'm kind of stuck here for a little bit. But don't worry, that's going to change here very quickly, 30 days or so. Dolphins ass and drinking all you see. Yeah? Yeah, true, Clint. You missed an important spot on the transatlantic crossing way back from the Med to Cuba, stop at Cape Verde. Oh, yeah, Mario, absolutely. I would stop in the Cape Verde Islands. Sure. I didn't mean to skip them. I just, you know, was trying to give big, broad strokes. I was seeing so much of the same things on the other selling channels, I was afraid I wouldn't want to go to those places. Yeah, you know, it's some of it's boring, guys. Just be patient. There's other stuff coming. And, you know, the thing that gets me is almost without exception, a lot of these channels are just, you know, in the same area. You know, they went to the Bahamas, they went to the BVI, they went to the USVI, and then they ran back to the Bahamas and back to Florida. You know, they didn't go down through the out islands. They didn't go to Aruba and Bonaire and Curacao or down by Venezuela. They didn't hit Belize. They didn't hit Jamaica. Didn't hit Cuba. I mean, there's so many other places they could go and do some stuff about that they're just not getting done. So we'll see. 14-foot snipe. I'm helping rig. Cool. Whoop! It jumped. Oh, I got to catch up here. You don't see me near the Mediterranean. I tend to despise pirates. Okay. Correct. I got to get deal with weather planning, state chartering. Yeah. Go into details about weather. Okay. I can do more of that kind of stuff. Those pigs are pre-brined, pretty good eating. Yeah, I don't think so. They eat a bunch of crap foods fed them by all the sailors. You got something different selling YouTubers. You have to look at Adventures Adrift. Yeah, they're a little different. Yeah, I've checked out Sellers Adrift. They're a little different. They're nice folks. I like them. PC guy, I do mean me. I've been putting out some crap. Good old boat. Now, there's an interesting channel. Yep. They took an old Cal 40 and fixed it up for the Transpac. Very interesting stuff there, especially for an old Cal fan like me. I've owned a lot of Cals. Good boats. You're doing fine, girl. Thanks, Buck. Appreciate it. What you have to say. Thanks, Kim. I appreciate that. I'm trying to catch up with guys. You guys are so far ahead of me now. I'm trying to get back here and get caught up. I don't think Carl's videos are boring. Informational. Well, I think some of them are boring. If dolphins and ass are a problem, what about Doodles' latest videos? Well, yeah. Yeah. You know, a lot of channels are doing just that. And I think Bob's latest videos, though, have been pretty good. Where he talks about breakdowns and problems with the boat and the fixing up stuff that he's doing. It does bother me how many of these channels is just so much drinking all the time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a teetotaler. I enjoy a beer and a drink from time to time, too. But there's more to it than just that. So, hey, Grizz, nice to see you, buddy. Glad you made it here. Welcome. And then what does Doodles do for the next 3 months? Well, I think what Doodles is doing right now is sort of, and don't, in Bob's defense, he's been saying all along that he planned on coming back to the United States for the summertime. They need to get off the water for hurricane season, guys. And this is hurricane season now. It's coming in, and it'll last until November. So they needed to get off the water for hurricane season. So Bob's going to travel a little bit in the States on an RV for a while. That's to be expected. Now, the other option would have been they could have sailed over to the Med, or they could have gone down into southeastern Central America and gotten out of the hurricane areas, which would have been my first choice. But Bob wanted to come back to the States and take a break from the boat. So that's what they're doing. In fact, his plan is, as I understand it, is he's selling me the rough seas, and then he's going to go buy a larger boat for them to continue with. And I wish them all the best of luck in doing that. So, okay, Bob just trying to make a living. Sure enough, he is. He's only trying to make a living. He can't fault any man for doing that. Well, thanks, Ian. I appreciate that. Welcome from Nova Scotia. What's the best source to see the analytics that are fairly up to date and present on how any particular selling channel is doing? Kelly, you can go to Social Blade. You know, I actually happen to have prepared something in that regard. Here, you guys, I'll even give you the link to it. You can go to Social Blade, which is a website that tracks all the various YouTube channels. And once you pull that up, you can actually enter into the name on the top right-hand corner, the name of the channel you want to know information about. If it won't bring you there, you may have to go back, pull it up off of YouTube, copy it exactly, and paste it in there. I noticed I've had to do that a few times. And it'll give you their earnings and background and, you know, tell you how they're doing and what their views are like. And it gives you some good statistical information. It also shows projections for their earnings, and it gives a range. And the range it gives is ridiculous. So what I do is I look at the range that they give, and I figure it's somewhere in between, maybe a little bit higher to the higher side. So let me give you an example. It'll say they make $3,000 or $80,000 per month. They'll give an estimate like that. And I know from looking at those and having tracked enough of them and spoken to enough creators, if it says you're making somewhere between $3,000 and $70,000, reality is somewhere around 35 to 40 is what you're actually making. So just take that with a grain of salt. But that's a good resource to go to and see how all of the sailing channels are doing. You're thinking on your feet really fast. Okay, I pretty much have to. So I'm a real estate broker, and that's just the nature of the beast. You know, you got to be fast on your feet and be thinking. So Bob Downs says, Fred Cook turned me on to Schaefer Gear. Yeah, Schaefer Gear are the folks doing the Cal 40, and they did a really good job with it. I really enjoyed watching the videos of how they literally stripped that boat down to the bare roots and rebuilt it. And now those guys are doing a Transpac, which means they're sailing in a race from Seattle to Hawaii, which is a pretty cool race. So, Grandpa, you just made good quality fishing videos. Make interesting for viewers. Might include teaching videos on fishing techniques. I absolutely will be doing that, Slicky Milano. Absolutely. There'll be a lot of fishing, and not just fishing, you know, not just trolling. I do a lot of trolling. I do a lot of casting. I do a lot of fly fishing. And I'm not going out there looking, you know, for Moby Dick. I'm looking for dinner. So that's kind of be a little different than what you've seen on other fishing shows. So welcome to the wonderful world of being popular, Grandpa. Get used to falling behind in the chat. Yes, Todd. And, you know, I don't want to be rude and skip everybody, but I tell you, man, it is hard to keep up with sometimes. Do you watch this channel, Adventure? Oh, yes, Adventures of Old Sea Dog. Absolutely, man. He's a riot. Absolutely a riot. He's an old salt. He's actually been making videos for, you know, go back and look at his record. He's been making sailing videos for almost a decade now. Adventures of an Old Sea Dog. He's a nice old guy. I really get a kick out of him. He and I have been chatting somewhat. You're going to buy a bigger mono, maybe give up the cat. Mike, I can't say for sure. I know they're working on the catamaran. I know Bob was thinking about getting a bigger monohull. I don't know for sure exactly what he's going to do. I know they're in some indecision. about that, but I know he's going to go to a bigger boat. Remains to be seen what bigger boat they go to, but I know he wanted something bigger than the Rough Seas, which is only a 37-footer. Which, you know, I've owned a 30 and a 31, so moving up to a 37 for me, I mean, that's a much bigger boat, a lot more room. And with just me and the dog and maybe a guest on board, you know, that's still plenty of space. So, but I could see Bob's point when he's got Bob and Megan and Amanda and the 2 dogs on that boat. Excuse me, it'd be pretty crowded. It would definitely be pretty crowded. Sorry, I had to get a little bit more moonshine in me. Not moonshine, guys, it's water. 5 days in a mangrove creek, smart sailors. Gramps, did you say Bob? Okay, I got that one. Well, there's so much damage to boats in the marinas. When there was so much damage to boats in the marinas. That'll happen during hurricane season. YouTube is paying per video minutes views. Users that utilize ad block also interfere with the amount received from YouTube too. Earnings from YouTube is based on people watching the commercials, the ads on there. So, but if you go the red, which is what they call that when you have the ad block, you pay extra for that. Then they also credit the creator with some of that money. So, Bob clarified the situation last week live. He's going to do charters with the cat, 30% of the monthly revenue. For him, 70% of the revenue. So, yeah, that's what I understood too, Mario. But I think they've run into some big problems with fixing the boat up. With the cat needs some engine work and stuff to it. So I don't know what they're going to be doing. I think it's up in the air right now until they see what the costs are going to be and getting that boat fixed up as it needs to be and going. So, you know, the one engine has to have a head gasket and stuff replaced, and the steering mechanism broke. And you know, if I was Bob, I'd be thinking to myself, man, what else is going to go wrong on this boat? And do I really want to get myself on a boat where I'm going to be fixing this and fixing that and having that much hard work to do on a regular basis? So it would give me some cause for concern. 37 is plenty big enough to go around. Yes, it is. I just sheet to it first. Yeah, Grid tries to sell me his canoe. That wasn't going to work. I think the cat would be plenty of room. Oh, the cat would be plenty of room for them. Absolutely, yeah. A lot more YouTube ads this week or so, pop-ups. You know, last night, Scott, I noticed that too. There seems to be an increase in the ads lately. Going to have to sign off, Grandpa. Hey, Carl and Jenny, absolutely, man. It's like early in the morning for you guys. Get some sleep. We'll talk to you guys later. Hey, 9mm James, how you doing? Looking forward to your content. Well, thanks, Marie. I am looking forward to putting it out. Cool. Head gasket's not good. No. And you know, that cat's got 2 engines. So, you know, if the one needs a head gasket, you might as well do the head gasket on the other one. So, you know, you have to assume that both engines have similar hours, or if you had to replace the one, you're going to have to replace the next one fairly soon. So, at least that would be my thinking. This Puritan attitude to boobs and butts on YouTube sailing videos is hilarious. They are in tropical places. They're supposed to wear jeans and sweaters. Nobody seems to notice the men in just shorts. You know, Dave, you bring up a good point. It's hot. What else are you going to do? At least they've got clothes on. Although if you watched Rick Moore's last video, or the one before last, he had a bunch of naked people swimming on the beach. But yeah, you know, they are in the tropics and it's hot. So I guess you're going to be fairly naked. But guys, I will save you from aiming the camera at myself during those circumstances. That much I can assure you. Alderman Farms, you take care, man. You be good and be careful. We'll talk to you later. Get a Pirates bandana and an eye patch and say, "R." Probably not, Grizz. Probably not. You're a bad man, Grandpa. Oh, man, Declan. I actually spoke to Brett afterwards. He and I chatted a little bit, and I apologized to him. He thought it was absolutely hysterical. And, Declan, we're trying to convince Bob and them to have hashtag free Brett T-shirts made up. I think it'd be a good fundraiser for them. But, Yeah, I just hit the wrong thing. I was trying to hit the guy above him in the chat, and the chat moved just as I was getting ready to hit the button, and it got him instead. So, get Bob to pay for all the repairs. Yeah, I don't think Bob's going to pay for all the repairs. I don't have YouTube Red for the reason I want to see all you guys make money off the ads. Well, thanks, Keith. I appreciate that. I really do. That's a good approach. But my sense of humor. I can be a little dry at times, guys. So be patient. I'll piss you off at some point along the way. So I'm sure I'll say something that'll anger you at one point or another. You really do have the look of a pirate. I do, huh? Yeah, maybe I do. I do. Yes, hashtag free Brett. I would make a ton of money going naked. They would pay me to put clothes back on. 9mm, I'm the same way. Absolutely, I am the same way. So, oh man. Oh wow, my live stream has gotten way behind. I kept buffering, and so it got way behind where I was at. No wonder why it was all messed up. Anyhow, well, guys, look, we've gone an hour and 15 minutes here. So if you guys have any other questions you want to ask, let's go ahead and ask them, and we'll address them, and then we'll move on. Better be pissed off than pissed on. Absolutely, Keith. You are absolutely correct. Well, a minister? I look like a minister? Okay, well, if I look like a minister, then all the gray hair's got to go, guys. I'm going to shave my head. Didn't want people to think of me as a preacher. I am no preacher. Jim and Bob had a falling out. No more cat. Steve Brooks. Jim and Bob had a falling out. No more cat. How do you know that, Steve? I had not heard that. Hashtag oops Brett collateral damage. Thank you, amen. You keep monitoring cats and you're gonna get me in trouble. Yeah, catamaran sailboats, Chris. Catamaran sailboats. We refer to those as cats. I was late to the party. How's the sale of your land going? Declan, it is it's going just fine. I spoke with the banker. The appraiser is supposed to be here this week. The ladies paid her earnest money deposit, and we are in contract, and everything looks as solid as, I mean, we're supposed to be closing in 30 days. So I hope the bank can get the appraisal done. Usually the appraisals take 3 weeks just for them. So we'll see. Hopefully this appraiser will get on the ball and get it done quickly for us. But I'm supposed to be out of here on August 15th. So even if they run over a little bit, you know, I'll still be able to make the date that I agreed to with Bob, which was September 1st. So, and I'm hoping to be actually on the boat by September 15th or thereabouts. But I'll be generating a lot of content in the meantime. I'm not going to be generating a lot of content this next 30 days. I'll do some live streams, and I'll put up a couple videos along the way. But right now, guys, I'm packing and cleaning up. You know, it's one thing to clean up your house or, you know, sell the stuff in your apartment or what have you. But I'm trying to clean up a farm. So I've got a whole lot of other gear and stuff and belongings and stuff that I need to get organized. And it's just me here by myself. I don't have any help. So it's coming a lot slower than I had hoped, but it's moving along slowly. So I won't be making that much content. But the moment I drive out of my driveway, the very second I drive out of my driveway, I'll start creating the content that I would like to be creating. So you'll see a big increase in content coming then. Got to go, 9mm. Okay, buddy. We'll see you then. Hello, Jesse Lee. Welcome. How are you doing? Did you hear about the cat that was made into a self-powered boat? No sales, runs on solar, hydroelectric, wind turbines. Weigold, I don't know if I've heard about that specific one that you're referring to. There are a few of them out there already. There are some cats that are all solar powered now already. So, and that's great as long as it's a sunny day, you know. I personally think powering a boat with an electric motor is a mistake. You still need to have a engine to power the motor. You got to generate the power to run the motor. So solar is great, but it doesn't do anything at night, and it doesn't do much in really bad cloud cover. Wind gens are fine, but what do you do when the wind's not blowing? It's not generating any electricity. The hydro generators that they have now are great as long as you're underway, but they don't do anything for you if you're just sitting in an anchorage. The reality of it is, good old-fashioned diesel generator. Fire it up, charge up the batteries, and power everything. So sometimes you got to get, sometimes you got to get from wherever you're at. So you need to have that reliability, and you can't get that with just having an electric motor. Steve, is that you on my Instagram request? I don't know. Grizz and his cats, yes. Call catamaran the other white meat. It was to take the water. It was to take the water to turn into power. Huh? In which way? Because there are things like if your sail is moving and you're sailing, you can drop a hydro generator behind you that will turn in the water and generate a battery, but only while you're moving, or if there's current or tide going through. Just asking Grandpa. So the sale of your property is pretty much a done deal. So buying the rough seas is a done deal for the most part. Keith, as it looks like right now, unless some big stick gets in the wheel somewhere along the way, yeah, it looks to me like that's the plan and that's going to work out. I haven't seen anything right now up here in Alaska that's going to interfere with the sale of the property. And as long as the sale goes through, then I'm absolutely buying the rough seas from Bob, as long as Bob's still selling it. Now, Bob may change his mind. I actually suggested that he should change his mind. I told Bob maybe he should just keep the boat and they should just continue on sailing if they wanted to. There's a lot of other boats I could buy. So, but we'll see. You look like you were a doomsday prepper. No, absolutely not a doomsday prepper. White Sands, wow. Hey, New Jersey to Florida, 919, welcome. No, Bob Torres, I am not a doomsday prepper. I don't believe in prepping. I'm a farmer. And as a general rule, farmers, we prep anyway because, you raise your vegetables and your animals and you butcher everything or you pick everything in the fall and butcher everything in the fall and you stockpile it all to get you through the winter. That's not being a prepper. That's being a farmer. So, yeah, but this one is a 20 million euro base. Oh, yeah, well, $20 million, you can just put anything you want to get yourself across the ocean, right? I just don't understand what, based on the Solar Impulse airplane. Wow. Wow, $20 million for a boat. I'm sorry, there's something wrong with that. No sale whatsoever during the night. The water is to be made into electric to power the motor. Okay, cool technology, I guess. Catatouille, Catovan. I like that. That's funny. That's funny, Austin. I like that. Wind is solar panel is created of the sun. Hydro is solar panel. Seems to be the best way. Oh, better hit thumbs up. Thanks, guys. If rough seas goes away, you're always welcome on my boat, Captain. Well, thank you, Maui. Appreciate that. Working on getting my New Mexico home sold and moving back to Florida, back to the water again. Well, cool. We're glad to help Grandpa. Love to see you. Hey, thanks, Keith. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Have a good life, sense of humor. Gotta have a sense of humor, man. Damn, feed keeps freezing up on me. Oh, last night's guy. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, actually, I'm having a little problem with that myself. I'm getting a little buffering in my channel. It's probably affecting the upload as well. It might be my internet up here in Alaska because it's been kind of hokey lately, but hopefully not. I understand, like regular YouTube on video on YouTube. How does liking a live feed help? Does it instantly create a feed for more to join? Paulie, I think it just helps in the channel and the search engine areas. That's what I think it does, but I may be wrong about that, but I think that's what it does. So, I'm be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure what the likes do, except that they help drive traffic. They help you The ratio, I guess, somewhere between the likes and dislikes ratio has a big impact in your search engine optimization, your SEO. So I guess, I don't know. Hashtag free Brett. There you go. Farmers grow their own food and store. Preppers shop for their meat and animal control shelters. Yeah, a lot to be said about that. No problem, Grizz. We understood you weren't yelling. Swiss Project Education Research. Global pest. Huh. I'm going to jump out of here. Okay, Keith, you take care, man. Appreciate your comments and joining in with us. Hit me with a like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I really do. Nice of you guys to ask people to do that. Very cool. Very cool. Well, guys, I think that's about where we're going to end it today. Unless you guys have a particular question, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. People search for sailing, then the ones with the bigger likes will be shown, I think. Possibly. Possibly. I don't know. I don't know. Guys, I'm just going to try to create good quality, you know. I guess that's kind of the thing. I'm just going to try to create good quality content. I'm going to try to put out information that I think people will find interesting and helpful and entertaining. And I'm going to do that with my usual sarcastic, smart-ass way that I do everything else in my life. And let the chips fall where they may. So if you want to follow along, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too. I really appreciate you guys being here and participating, and I look forward to seeing you guys involved with stuff in the future. And I really appreciate you guys liking my videos. I especially like it when you guys jump over onto my Patreon page, which is, you know, a big help for us if you want to join in and be part of the inner circle, as it were. But other than that, I just really appreciate you guys being here. So I want to say thanks. You guys all have a great week, and we will see you guys next week. Please take a look at the Patreon page if you want to jump in and help out with that. If not, we will see you guys next week. Thanks, guys. You all take care now.